Ms. Francesca Albanese, please, the United Nations Rapporteur, please, I welcome you to the 5th Asma Jangi conference, and thank you so much for joining us virtually.
Thank you very much for inviting me, and I want to salute both the organizers and the other panelists. I would like to use the time at my disposal to set the scene and introduce the audience to the catastrophe that Israel has created in the Gaza Strip in the last 7 months. I don't think there is another term that describes this situation and actually gives a sense of the situation. But I also think that there are no words that capture the extent and the depth and the magnitude of this catastrophe, which is political, humanitarian, and it's also the total collapse, the total crash down of the international law in its preventative, in its regulatory and remedial function. So over the past 7 months, Israel has destroyed Gaza. It has used an arsenal of weapons that surpassed the damage that would have been caused by 2 nuclear bombs. In fact, this assessment dates, it's just of the 2 nuclear bombs is the assessment for the damage caused in the first 2 months of the assault. The entire infrastructure has been devastated. 70% of the homes have been either destroyed or severely damaged, so they cannot be used as such. All universities have been destroyed. 80% of the schools, 80% of municipal services, and churches, mosques, bakeries, the National Archive, the farmland, the floating, the boats, the fishing boats. Why so? Is it military necessity? Is it proportionate? Does it respect the principle of distinction? And if you look at the human cost, over 35,000 people have been killed. Nearly 15,000 of those are children. And 70% of the victims since the beginning have steadily been women and children. These people have not just been killed by bullets or by bombs. They've been buried alive under the rubble of their homes or the places that they used to call safe. They've been killed while they were seeking shelters, because now there are 2 million Palestinians who have been forcibly displaced. And those who have not died because as a consequence of fire, the explosion, the snipers, are dying because of hunger, are dying because of diseases. The other day I was in Egypt, and among all the devastated souls I met, there is one in particular which I will never forget. It was an 8-year-old boy. I have a son of the same age, and he was held by his shaking mother, a 30-year-old lady who had 4 kids, other 4 kids around her together with the child. And the child was shaking himself, and he was crying out of pain because he developed. I saw the pictures of him, Hamid, 8 months ago. He was a chubby boy, and he looked completely healthy. He developed pancreatitis out of eating animal food and drinking polluted water. And because with pancreatitis it's very easy to die, and it's extremely painful. He was giving morphine in Gaza because there was no other medication he could take to alleviate his pain, and now he's addicted. So they are winding him off from drugs, and he's in pain. It's atrocious what has been done. to the people and the children of Gaza. And this is why I concluded already 1 month ago that what Israel is doing is genocide. Is genocide not only because of the intent that has been declared over and over by military commanders and political leaders, not only because it has been filmed over and over by the very soldiers who have boasted about them burning or destroying homes, churches, violating and looting the private spaces of the Palestinians and their bodies. Think of the tortured and Palestinians who had been captured, arrested and detained in Gaza and also in the rest of the occupied Palestinian territory. But I say, and this has been, these are genocidal acts that have been filmed by the very people in Gaza. But what is the most important element of my analysis, in my view, is what I call humanitarian camouflage. Israel has never denied to have killed all these people. Israel has never denied to have destroyed all what it has destroyed. It has said, it says that it has done so in line with international law, in line with the principle of distinction, proportionality, and military necessity. Israel justifies its genocidal violence by distorting the categories of human shields. Everyone is a human shield. Collateral damage, if they were killed, is because they were in the area where military operations were ongoing without any evidence. And everything has been considered targetable, killable, and destroyable. Is this very genocidal logic that needs to be understood behind the humanitarian camouflage that Israel has used to justify its genocidal violence. If this genocide is not punished, not only this will be yet again the most serious denial of justice to the Palestinians across a history of injustice, across a history of impunity, but also the world will have condoned what can be seen as a proportionate genocide, because this is what Israel is seeking justification for. Thank you very much.